Another day, another dollar. What's up, everyone? It's King Picks Media. Today, I have a very special video for you, as is every other video that I've ever posted. They're all special. I'm special. Please subscribe. But before you hit subscribe, or after you hit subscribe, make sure you go over to kingpicksmedia.com, click the merch drop down. I got all kind of stuff. What kind of stuff, you ask? You ask. What kind of stuff, you ask? Well, I do have my merch store, which I have all of my awesome t-shirts that are available and always in stock, thanks to Bunker Branding. Make sure you follow on X, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all the things. Also, you're cordially invited to my stream. That's right, folks. I stream Monday through Friday and most Saturday, Sundays, but not every Saturday, Sunday. You're invited to my stream where I constantly engage with my chat. We definitely talk about some of the things that I talk about in this video or in these videos. But then I get on the game. That's right, folks. I've been gaming for like a month and a half now, so one of these days, I'm going pro.
Let him cook.
Huh? Oh no! Oh no! Just kidding, I'm not going pro. Welcome to Morning Scroll. So the theme for today's video is the age-old question. Well, I guess it's not really age-old, but are our lawmakers lost? Personally, I'm not going to answer that question. There's been 3 videos that have come across my feed here in the last week or so, and I wanted to take a look at them. I wanted to show you guys and get you guys to weigh in, see what you think about, see what kind of comments you guys have in response to these videos that I'm going to show you. But this first one, this first one I haven't seen. I haven't seen it. I did see the title of it. I had seen rumblings about it. I did dig into it a little bit, but let's take a look and see what's going on at the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office.
Hennepin County law enforcement leaders are calling out the new Mary Moriarty policy that eliminates almost all charges related to minor traffic stops. The county attorney announced the new policy 2 days ago, but did not consult with police chiefs beforehand.
Fox 9's Corin Hogger joins us now in studio after hearing from the chiefs today and digging into the data from Ramsey County, where they had something similar going on in 2021. So they've been at it a few years over there.
Yeah, they have done it for a while. I will say that the Hennepin County law enforcement leaders, including Sheriff DeWanna Witt, says that this basically takes a tool out of their toolbox. Sheriff Witt said, there is some racial bias in police stops over the years. She said she has personally experienced it, but she says it's rare. The best way for them to handle it is to just let the police chiefs do their job. And, this is a tool they say is an effective tool. She mentioned that they've made a lot of stops this year, but they have 175 weapons that they seized during traffic stops. She highlighted one stop in particular that she said was very effective.
Traffic stop for illegal window tint in Minneapolis. The 2 occupants were wearing ski masks and gloves. A 9mm handgun that was modified to be fully automatic was found during that traffic stop. Through our investigation, we learned the firearm was connected to a shooting in Minneapolis and a homicide in Robbinsdale.
Shocker. So, some of you know it and some of you don't, that I've been in law enforcement for almost 20 years. And when you start to look at now, am I saying that there's no racial bias? I can't definitively say that because I've only worked in the area where I work. I haven't worked Midwest, West Coast, North. I haven't done all that. I've only been in the area that I've worked. Traffic stops like this are a good thing. I think we can all agree that you don't want anybody driving around your neighborhood with a stolen gun that has a switch on it that was used in a robbery and a murder, with guys riding around with ski masks and gloves on. I think that stopping that vehicle, recovering that gun, and arresting those bad guys is a good thing. If we can't agree on that, well, you're insane. You're insane if you can't agree that arresting 2 possible murderers or people that are in possession of a murder weapon. That traffic stop is a good thing. We've got a visitor. Hey, come here. We got a visitor. Hey, buddy. Everyone say hello to Leo. It's important to know that in a majority of my streams, which you should sub on Twitch and Kick, Leo makes an appearance because Leo likes to hop in the chat. And so should you. Leo is my guard dog, and he weighed in at a whopping 3.8 pounds as of today. Go upstairs. He's not going to go upstairs. All right, let's get back to it. Sorry, I'm easily distracted.
I guess what 4 years now.
Right.
What does the data show in terms of crime and seized weapons now that they are no longer doing those kinds of stops over there?
Right. They still can do them, but for the most part, they have not done that anymore. And what it shows is there was a small increase in violent crime after the policy was implemented. However, the number of violent crimes went up more in places where they did not implement the new policy, which seems kind of counterintuitive, but they did. The number of violent crimes went up more there. Now, when it comes to seized firearms, those stayed pretty level in Ramsey County.
Accountability in Hennepin County is a real serious issue right now. When we're talking about wanting to prevent bad things from happening, wanting to prevent further shootings, we need the support to have the tools that we need to get those bad actors out of our communities.
Agreed.
Frankly, it doesn't matter what race you are. We're looking for people who are committing these violent acts in our communities that are scaring our children, that are scaring our elderly. And to have those tools taken away to protect the people who are committing those acts is absolutely just the wrong thing to do.
It's insane. I think this is something that is going to decrease the safety of the community. If I have someone who's riding around my neighborhood looking for a house to break in after they've broken into 3 or 4 houses and there's warrants out for their arrest and they get pulled over and the cops have to let them go, I have a problem with that. Because now I've got to worry about my safety. I've got to worry about the security of my home. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. And I don't understand. Well, I kind of do understand. This is Minnesota we're talking about. I don't know where this is in relation to Minneapolis, but Minnesota, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment down below. We have more from our nation's lawmakers, and you can tell me what you guys think about this.
Democrat Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett sparking outrage for appearing to dismiss the murder of 20-year-old Kayla Hamilton, who was killed at the hands of an illegal immigrant in 2022. The House was debating a Republican-led bill named after Kayla when the Congresswoman made these comments. Listen.
You take a situation and then you exploit what has happened to not only that person, but you exploit those families and you make it a game. Stop just throwing a random dead person's name on something for your own political expediency.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Wow. If I'm the family of someone who was murdered, which God forbid, and I'm in this situation as a father, as a parent, as a son, brother, husband, as any of those things, and I hear this, I would absolutely have a problem with it. I would have a problem with it because when you take something like that and you use phrases like a random dead person, well, none of my loved ones are random dead people. And I think I understand the angle that she's coming from. Not really, not completely. But I don't understand how taking legislation or taking action against this kind of heinous act that no family should have to deal with. I don't understand, what does taking action against that, how does that benefit the people? How does that benefit the community? How does that benefit the county, city, town, or state? Well, the short answer is that it doesn't. And the long answer is also, you guessed it, it does not. I can honestly say I've seen some wild takes by Jasmine Crockett. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand how we got to this point. It makes no sense.
I want to be clear that, like, law enforcement isn't to prevent crime. Law enforcement solves crime, okay? That is what they are supposed to do. They are supposed to solve crimes.
I told you guys I've been in law enforcement for 20 years. There's been countless times where I've caught someone that was about to do something, good, bad, or ugly, mostly not good, mostly bad or ugly. And the only reason they didn't is because there was a police car in the neighborhood, in the area, at the store, or wherever they were. That's a preventative measure. There is proactive law enforcement that can actively prevent crimes. If we were only here to solve crime, well, there'd be a lot more crime. And I don't understand how she doesn't know that. Or she might know it, or I guess the more dangerous thing is that if she does know it and she's not acknowledging it. For so long, police have been under attack, which some of them rightfully so. Some of them, not everybody does the right thing. What do they say? A few bad apples? I get it. But let's turn an eye and look at the legislation. Let's look at the lawmakers. What are they doing that is hurting the community? Oh, I'm a lawmaker. We should have blah, blah, blah. What are we doing when there's laws that are letting criminals out? And I say criminals, people have been convicted of crime. If you're not convicted of a crime, you don't fall into the criminal category. We have laws that where judges are literally setting these people free. Magistrates are letting these people go on bond. And guess what they're doing? They're reoffending within 24 to 48 to 72 hours. I think that is a problem. I think that someone who gets charged with domestic assault and is released for whatever reason and then goes home or goes back and finds that person that they've previously assaulted and they assault them again, I think that's a problem. And if you disagree, because I'm not going to say that I could be wrong on this one. I'm not going to say that on this one. If you disagree, I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. If you're like, oh, no one should be locked up. No, absolutely, people should be locked up. And the reason is because we have laws on the books. We have statutes, state statutes, county statutes. We have city codes. We have federal statutes. They're on the books. And a majority of the higher end violent crimes, they involve some sort of incarceration as a punitive measure. That's factually true. Incarceration is used as a punitive measure. Now, do these people need help? Yes. Do these people need mental health resources? Yes. Absolutely they do. Can we marry the two and have, while they're here on this punitive measure, can we get them some resources? Absolutely. But I think you and I can both agree that just sending them back out into the wild with no resources, no nothing, is the wrong answer. I don't know. Well, no, I do know. Well, that's all I've got today, folks. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Also, hit the notification bell. But even more than that, like I said, hop in the Twitch. Twitch is where I have a conversation almost every single day, mostly just Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Head over to kingpixmedia.com. Get yourself some merch. I got shirts and stuff. That's all I've got. Until next time, see you later.